We look forward to your testimony on a very important subject. It's my understanding that 6% of all manufactured goods in America are involved in some way with chemicals. And yesterday on the House floor, we passed a bill setting up a national strategy board to encourage more manufacturing jobs in America. And Majority Leader Hoyer and Speaker Pelosi have adopted just recently a theme, Make It in America. And all of us certainly support that. But when you look at this legislation, not trying to be an obstructionist, not trying to just create problems to be creating problems, but when you analyze this bill, we have serious concerns with this bill. And many of us genuinely believe that if this legislation is passed as written and as amended, then instead of helping us create more jobs in America, it will help us lose more jobs in America. I'm not going to go over all my concerns, but I'm just going to list a few. Under this legislation, a company trying to make a new product will need to run an assessment not only of the product as they intend to use it, but for also any other area in commerce where a consumer may come in contact with that product. This could be especially problematic for automobile makers and many other manufacturers. The approval process through the EPA is impossible. Hundreds of toxicologists and risk assessors will need to be hired. Even with the extra staffing, it will be long, cumbersome, and time-consuming. If REACH is an example, their offices have been overwhelmed with paper just on the study portions. The so-called SAFE standard is so complex and involved with its conditions and caveats, I am not sure what chemical would be able to meet it. The bill compromises confidential business information by requiring that businesses file all the data on their product and make some of the information available through public databases. And finally, this bill creates a user fee to fund the entire operation of the bill, yet the user fee is not directed to go to the agency or its chemicals program. I would also just like to read from the testimony of some experts on this subject. H.R. 5208, as currently drafted, promotes unworkable approaches to chemicals management. On the safety standard, this comment was made. The safety standard established in this bill sets such an impossible high hurdle for all chemicals in commerce that it would produce technical, bureaucratic, and commercial barriers so significant that the law would be ineffective and unworkable. On the new chemicals portion, H.R. 5820 is so overly broad that there would be adverse effects in the amount of upfront data required before a new chemical can be put on the market, was so complex that the result will be that this innovation moves to other countries to produce chemicals with more manageable regulatory regimes, and the production of these new chemistries would move there as well. We would be exporting innovation and jobs instead of products. H.R. 5820 puts the burden of compliance on the retailer and other importers in a manner that is unworkable, unenforceable, and not compliant with international trade laws. H.R. 5820 does include some improvements over the discussion draft, but its foundation is still unworkable. So we have genuine concerns about this legislation. We think it's vitally important that TSCA be reformed, and we do look forward to working with the witnesses, with the majority, and everyone to adopt a plan that is workable, that uses basic common sense, and provides a balance. Thank you.
The chair now recognizes